Jeffrey Dahmer soaked in blood. The Unabomber blowing up. Waco, Texas, and Heaven's Gates. Aliens modified, meant for apes. JFK shot in the head by the CIA. Bigfoot and the Mothman. Son of Sam talking to dogs again. Witches, ghosts, and goblins. Mysterious noise and hauntings. Dark arts and the skull and bones. Most celebrities are probably cloned. So if you're feeling all alone, crack a beer and get stoned. I welcome you to the podcast Strange Brew. We're here to entertain you. We're here to entertain you.
It's about to get strange.
The fact of the matter is, if you're committed to a cult, you're committed until you leave.
Barbara Rogers says her boyfriend asked her to kill him because he had gotten threats from an online cult.
In a world that doesn't make sense, where your faith just doesn't hold up anymore, Sherry Shriner is your one-stop shop for what the truth is.
I don't know the whole story. I don't know if I even want to.
There is a clear pattern that this is something that happens.
This went down because Sherry Shriner.
I was at my sister's house when Mr. Pinkilly called me, and he told me that Kelly had killed herself.
Everybody turns wounded shark-like on the person that they've decided they're going to rip to pieces.
There was so much sickness, like mental health problems in this.
I think Sherry Shriner is a predator. And like the epitome of evil.
Ties to a cult may have led to a fatal shooting in Monroe County. A woman is now in custody for shooting her boyfriend in the head.
Police say 42-year-old Barbara Rogers called 911, claiming she shot her boyfriend, 32-year-old Stephen Mineo, and he was dead. Rogers told police she and Mineo were members of a cult centered on aliens and raptures, headed by a woman named Sherry Shriner.
Welcome, everybody, back to the show. Welcome. I'm your host, Tomcat, a.k.a. Tom Thompson, the Reptilian. I just put out a new album called The Great Resistance. It's pretty gnarly. And who am I joined by?
I should get a longer intro thing because my name's Billy. That's
about it.
That's all I got. I don't have much more than that.
Yeah, this one's gonna be weird, everybody. So it's a
what
strange...
cult is this? Where is this from? Out of?
It's a cult that I am part of. It's a reptilian cult. Just kidding. But I thought I just had a feeling that you probably would joke that this may have been me in a past life.
I'm not past life. I wouldn't put it past you to say hey, I'm going out for a week and that's what you're doing.
So
you never went to Cuba.
Yeah, I know. I was in a cult in Cuba. So so let's get into this. This is about the Sherry Shriner alien reptilian cult. Okay. If you asked the opinion of Sherry Shriner, the head of a reptilian alien cult, she would have told you that only 1 in every 4 people you meet, that every 1 in 4 people you meet is actually a human. She was convinced that the rest were either clones, lizards, or super realistic robots. Shriner's beliefs might sound extreme, but she used it to teach them she had a huge cult following and built a big thing on YouTube, radio shows, and a dozen of her followers on her website. Kind of reminds me of the Heaven's Gates cult. You know, the guy that got everyone
with that low of a percentage, why? I'd be terrified to let anyone into the cult. I'd be like, none of you are human.
I know. What is it? 1 in 4. You're 1 in 4.
25% of the people you meet
1 in every 4
human.
people you meet is actually human. Only 1 in 4.
That's a very, very low percentage.
It would make a lot of sense. Loves your house, Billy. It's spiffy.
I know. I just moved. Do you like it?
Can you play that grand piano in the background?
Not right now. It's being fixed.
You put on. I can see you put on some gay ass Elton John outfit. And it's
The only song I've ever learned in my entire life to play on piano is "Don't Stop Believing." It's the only one. but I love playing it because
stop
it's a decently
believing.
harder song, so everyone thinks you're good. And I'm like, nah, it's the only one I know. I don't know anything else.
Don't stop believing in reptilians. No, we don't call you by your name. You're a mysterious creature. This is not supposed to be live, but it is. So everybody that's watching, listening, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And everybody,
All rise for the Reptilian anthem.
yes.
Is that where's the anthem? I thought you were playing
Don't stop believing.
Oh, that's okay. I fuck with that.
So members of Shriner's cult referred to her as the servant, prophet, ambassador, daughter, and messenger of the Most High God. Per Sherry's Shriner's website, her pulpit was the internet, where she spread her unorthodox ideas far and wide. Reports the New Republic. She told her followers that many people around them weren't human beings, but were in fact reptilians.
My skin is turning green and my reptilian.
Where did she get that number from? Like, how many other, even all the other people, like they'll say like reptilians live among us, but like not, like I'm still blown away by the 25%, like 75% of this fucking planet.
Well,
like, where did she get it? Did she get that number from somebody else? Was that written in a book? Did she just make that up? And she's like, that's what I think. And then
have you seen the population of the world? People are fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're also really
more than two genders.
There's also way too many people that are just absolutely fucking mentally retarded.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's true.
But there's no way. That's why the 75% doesn't hold up. I don't believe reptilians would be that stupid.
So it's not loading.
Playing you.
It's not loading because it's on like the way back machine. It's only the way back machine, but I was called the way back machine. But this was her website. The 90s website, and it has like all these different colors for like font and stuff.
Those are the best.
New age alien agenda. Interesting. It's too bad. Like the way back machine works to some extent, but you can't find there. It started to load. Look at there's Jesus and also the New World Order. Interesting. It takes so long to load, but it doesn't load that well. Like I was looking for old articles from there's a site I like called Free Humankind or something like that, and that's the one where I found the stuff about the Big H. Good old Uncle Adolf. Some of the more conspiracy stuff's behind that aspect. So, but it's doesn't load properly, and you have to like really search. Look at all these articles that she has, though.
That's I'm trying to read them as like you're flying past them, but oh wait, Trump and Bible
prophecies.
Oh, I thought that was like, are they saying this about like Donald Trump?
I think so, which is pretty
okay.
wild.
So that wouldn't have been that old. Right?
2016 maybe. That's what I would guess. It's not loading properly, but reptilian.
Oh, is this a newer thing? I'm just assuming this happened in like the 90s. When did this happen?
No.
Oh,
we'll get into it. Not long ago. Now it's finally loading. But like, the whole thing with the Trump, I don't know, people. It kind of seems like he's pushing for the New World Order. Like that's very weird. He's trying to like consolidate and bring in like Canada into the United States and Mexico and Greenland, and that's supposed to be like one of the districts on the map that is from. It's what we'll get to at some point. Is the Club of Rome and their maps of how they want to designate districts around the world, and then everyone's like kissing his boot. Like it's so weird to me the amount of people that justify. It's like he's doing some good things, sure, but according to the people I've had on that, some of them that believe he's the Antichrist or he's going to bring about the Moshiach for the Jews and all that stuff, that you need to like, what was the Antichrist in the Bible, right? He was this charismatic guy. Everyone loved him, right? So it's interesting. Is Pence plotting Trump's assassination? Is Trump the next JFK? Look at all these. We talked about that. Nibiru, Planet X, the coming tribulation period.
This is where don't share this. This is all just podcast material.
They're putting human meat in our food supply, folks. That's true, actually.
Of course they are.
There has been fast food places that have found human DNA in it. That is a fact. I actually have an episode already for that if we eventually want to talk about that.
Really gross.
Lilith is back. Reptilians
like
out of
that.
control. Pretty cool. Like wild to see this Trump's war against the UNC. Obviously, she was a Trumper. Makes sense.
Go up. I don't know
Yeah.
why this made me laugh. I saw Oval Office was bugged, and then I couldn't read the rest.
Oh, White House
Oval Office
spies.
bugged. White House spies. I just like all I can picture is this like this goofy ass dude walking in and going putting something under the desk and then running off like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I like it on the article I found that why can't they prosecute Hillary Clinton? All that stuff too. It's interesting. Whistleblower, the truth about OJ. People want that episode also. We're scrolling through the website. Everybody that's listening. Whistleblower, celebrity, vampires, interview with Satan, Lucifer. I want to see some of this stuff. Not gonna lie, if the way back machine will allow me. Soul scalping, reptilian shapeshifters. What is it and how they do it? Pretty interesting stuff. I would have been right into this stuff. Still kind of am, but I would have been right into it when I was like 19. You know what I mean? 18, 17, 16.
Yeah,
Like back when I was a teen.
Still interesting to read, but just as long as like you're taking it
Insane.
with salt.
Salt, just salt. You gotta throw the
A grain
salt
of it.
behind the shoulder.
Take it with like a pound of salt.
So Sherry Shriner said that reptilians work for the devil. So their ultimate goal would be to transform all of humans into lizard people. Shriner would show examples of this in her video content, like highlighting odd pictures of celebrities to claim that they were actually reptiles in human suits. Her official website.
Sorry.
Well,
I was going to say I'd be such an easy target for any reptilian ever, because if anybody walked up to me and they'd be like, "Do you want a really long tongue and like scaly skin?" I'd be like, "Kinda, yeah."
Would you?
That sounds super cool,
looking.
actually.
It's kind of gross looking though.
But I don't know, it'd be fucking cool. I'm sure there would be other lizard mates out there I'd start finding attractive and be like, I kind of want to be a fucking lizard.
You would fuck a lizard. Are you an Indian man?
If I was a lizard, you didn't hear me.
Did you
Not
ever
as
see that-
my
that-
current body. If anybody walked up to you and said, "Do you want to be a giraffe for the day?" I'd be like,
Oh, for the
"Fuck
day,
yeah."
yeah. Do you see
Oh,
that?
yeah.
You
No,
see that,
yeah.
that viral video of those Indian dudes fucking a lizard?
How
It's
tiny is
fucked.
his dick?
Pretty small, but like
That
it's a
hole's not that
legit
big.
thing, man. I don't know why they want to stick their dicks and everything. They like the I've said this before. The Pakistanis almost raped a dolphin out of existence, so that's fucked. How do you
I shouldn't
do
laugh
that,
at
man?
That sounds really funny though.
And they think about this. Dolphins are like extremely smart and stuff like that too, right? And like they
Yeah.
rape each other, so it's like rape. It's like so stupid. I can't say words.
Look at these morose motherfuckers right here. Smells like somebody shit in their cereal. Bung.
So yeah, she has this like crazy reptilian cult. Well, it just reminds me of so many websites back in this day. But this is what we know that she looks like. This is the only picture that I could find of her
She
anywhere.
looks like
I looked.
every fucking chick every chick that gets her photo taken in the 70s and 80s. They all look the same to me.
This is the
Like all
only
those
one I
from
can
those
find.
shitty little cameras.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
it.
for everyone listening. It's like very blurry. She's got definitely that '80s kind of, that mom mullet cut. That she's definitely rocking
Yeah.
that.
I was like, my mom had that haircut.
Scary
Oh.
reptilians. There's Billy.
That's a little different.
You're shape shifting into a
fuck off.
reptilian.
I mean, that wouldn't be fun though. I'm sure other superpowers come with it too. You'd be like, can I like go super fast now? And
So this
shit?
is a better look at her website. Like it's definitely like
shit,
that
okay.
90s vibe, like when they first started. Like, you could
100%.
create your own website, and it wasn't that like formatted that great.
It wasn't hard to create your own website. Now it's difficult. I just tried to do it for my business not too long ago, and I'm not that good at it. I thought I knew a lot more about computers than I do. But back then,
I need to
oh yeah,
update
we'd
mine.
all make websites.
I know.
We'd all make
I need to
websites,
update
remember?
mine. Yeah, and I gotta get new pictures of everybody. I gotta do the overhaul of the website and really update. Everything's on there that you would need to find where we are, but it's gotta be updated slightly. I gotta add Aaron and stuff like that. So it will be done at some point when I'm not so goddamn busy. So she would host these articles and claim that like Meg Ryan was a reptilian, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift had been replaced, or a Vatican whistleblower, Satan, literally lives inside of the Vatican. Crazy. The New Republic reports that she also enjoyed espousing dark conspiracy theories about so-called false flag events. In actuality, she was referring to political events, natural disasters, and even mass shooting tragedies to spin them into a narrative about reptilian overlords. But what do we know? Order out of chaos. They manufacture crises to bring about their new world order, to bring humanity to their knees. Conveniently, right? Conveniently. Just how California had a whole thing about smart cities like a year before, and then it burns to the ground. Same with Hawaii. Very convenient. Isn't it? Very convenient.
We are laughing. But at least in Ontario, you're pretty safe. You couldn't really have too much fires there. There's no fucking trees anymore. It's just housing.
I know it's sad.
I guess
well,
like
I can
like
find
through
them.
Suburbs with the.
I'll find some trees.
Help a wildfire? Would that make it worse? Through like just a bunch of houses like next to next. Like I get obviously like it starts with like branches and leaves.
Depends
and,
if
like,
it's a
easily
natural
combustible shit,
fire.
but then
or
if you went into like a suburb, like
yeah.
That's
is
fair.
it a natural fire
That's a
or is
fair
it a dew?
difference,
You know what I mean? It's like get your blue roofs, everybody. I'm just like, what are you doing? And I'm up there painting the roof blue. Because do you know about that? The blue roof thing?
You gotta have blue roof.
Calm down, Alex Jones. Well, like in
No, I have no idea what the fuck that is.
So I think it's happening in California too. But like during the fires in Hawaii, there was like blue umbrellas that weren't touched, and houses that had blue roofs were not touched by the fire. Very weird. So essentially, it's saying like the laser weapon is it's obviously targeting certain locations,
Oh, it was a
and
symbol.
then it reflects. No, it reflects off of off of blue, which somebody proved they used an actual laser. And they burnt like a green cloth and then a red cloth, and then it showed that like the blue cloth just somehow whatever the reflective light like was like bouncing off of the cloth. If I knew we were going to talk about this, I probably would have tried to find it because it is interesting that, and a guy like supposedly proved that this is real. So who knows?
Yeah, there's always someone that's supposedly
I'll beat your
proved
goddamn
something.
ass, you son of a bitch.
That wasn't.
My
That didn't
skin is
fit.
turning green and my reptilian.
I want to find that song now. It's nice. So also
It is. That's a little jam. That's a little fuck around
little
and
jingle. As with
Yeah,
many
we'll have
conspiracy
some fun.
theories, they're always built on racist and bigoted ideologies. Of course, this always goes back to racism and bigotry, as with many conspiracy theories. And Schreiner's content was frequently anti-Semitic. Good for her. For example, on her "What I Believe" section on her website, Schreiner claims that the Holocaust was started not by Adolf Hitler, but instead by Talmudic worshipping serpent seed line Jews who wanted to reclaim Israel, which is kind of a fact. So. Like she wasn't far off from what's. I'm I have to. I'm in Canada. The Holocaust did happen, so don't worry. I believe that every 6 million people died. Sure, but it definitely, in my opinion, was used to give them Israel. Both World War I and II. I have exorbitant amount of proof that is the case. There was the Balfour Declaration. There was so many like actual physical evidence. Of things written down and all that proves that is the case, that they were talking about doing this far before the war happened. Then conveniently, it's like, well, the Jews got nowhere to go. We got to put them somewhere. And it's like conveniently, they wouldn't go to Madagascar because the British and French didn't want to give it to them. So, well, off to Israel.
Yeah,
And
we
now
like
let's
that place.
slaughter
It's
tens
got
and
fun
thousands of
animals.
children. Schreiner was convinced that extraterrestrials were actually angels, and that the current teachings of Christianity were mistranslations that led to Satan worship. I've had people on that talk about this stuff, like Brandon Kroll, and to some extent, he kind of slightly touched upon this. And then I just had Adam Green on, which was fascinating. How did Schreiner develop these beliefs? Well, as she wrote on her website, she started seeing the devil as a child. Here, I'll hear some music. How did she develop these beliefs? Well, as a child, she started seeing the devil. When she claimed one of Lucifer's 7-foot-tall generals would watch over her as she slept at night. As an adult, Shriner dedicated her life to defeating the Antichrist. All the while she got married and had a child, Shriner claimed that she was stalked by demons from hell consistently, making her faith in God even more potent. Shriner said that around 1994, God began to send her prophetic visions, and from there she began to see patterns and coincidences everywhere. The more that God talked with her, the more Shriner wanted to share her findings with the world. Yeah, of course she's getting sent visions. It is weird that this is like the only picture that we have. I looked for like a while. I was looking at her name. Like, it is weird. She really did well at hiding behind her website. You know what I mean? And how do we know that's even her, or if it was just some CIA website? You know what I mean? Like, how do you not? There's nobody.
Do regular cults like not have like they just have like a no camera rule?
Well, it'd be smart, I guess, not to like kind of hide behind that in some extent, but like the Heaven's Gates cult, right? They really utilized the internet. Well, Marshall Applewhite did, right? He built a fun website and kind of brought people in to his cult using the internet and like his fun website, you know, very like hers is. This was a big thing in the 90s for Shizzy, you know? Strange.
I just like I could just picture, is it like a fucking casino and shit? Like just no cameras, like you check in your, I guess they didn't really have phone cameras. I guess there'd be no reason to bring a camera back. That you still never said what year this happened in. Like what year, so I can kind of clarify here.
I actually has not said. Sherry Shriner cult year. And it is interesting. I don't see like when she started up her website. A lot of the stuff like what we're gonna get into happened around 2019.
It had to be in the 90s or early 2000.
And then she built a following with all these like videos. Yeah, I don't see like when the year she started it.
Those happened like what, 2005, 2006,
something like that. Because the flip phones still had, we still had them, the flip phones.
Yeah, they were
all the
gross
articles
quality, and nobody cared to take a picture of them.
No, and really, you think about in the 90s, you were sitting behind a computer and you wouldn't really want to show your face too much. And like the internet was such a wild, wild west thing where you had to be careful, and there was like all sorts of creepy shit on it. We talked about it kind of in the dark web episode. Do you have a pale ale there, buddy? A Keith's? I can't even.
It won't do it. It won't do it.
That's it. That's an IPA, a real shit IPA.
I have to put it in. I have to put it down here. I love this. It's my real house. Don't question.
I remember, it's so funny with the stuff that the differences between us. Like Aaron's like, what the fuck is Keith's? Doesn't know because it's a Canadian brand. Yeah. So
I know my dad likes it, so we drink it.
Shriner's cult ended up being quite influential to some of the true believers. Reports the Daily Beast. People close to Kelly Pigley, nice name, said that the 22-year-old had gotten hooked on Shriner's apocalyptic predictions and took them to heart. Pingley was working for Shriner as a transcriber when Shriner told her that it was almost time for the apocalypse, very similar to the Heaven's Gates cult. Convinced that aliens were coming to enslave humanity and devour human beings, Pingley was found dead the next morning wearing an alien repellent organ necklace sold by Sherry Shriner.
Sounds like a setup.
I feel like most of their communication
would. Can you call her Pigley though?
Yeah, it's Pingley, but yeah, Pigley's.
No, I like Pigley, the high calorie lady.
And you think about this because they're talking like via the internet. You know, back in the day, remember AOL chat and shit like that? Like,
Oh, fuck. I haven't thought of AOL in a long time.
Dude, I definitely went in
forgot
those
that
chat
existed.
rooms that you shouldn't go into. Like, you know what I mean? Where it was like there was those chat room logs, and this is how like predators found kids and stuff like that when they're like 12, 13. And I remember like there was these big chat rooms and it'd be like 12 to 15 or whatever like that. So you go in, you talk to people like, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? And you're talking with people, and then probably half of them were just grown men.
Yeah, good chance.
Do you remember any of that
But
stuff from the early days of the internet?
I was just thinking, I was like, honestly, the AOL thing was very, very, very minimal for me because MSN was really when I kind of got there.
Okay, that makes sense. Because he was
So
AOL
I was like,
first, then MSN.
yeah, I knew a little bit about it and I touched on it, but we're talking like a short enough time frame of like a month until MSN came out.
Yeah, because it would have been. I'm a couple
years.
years older, so it would have just
Yeah.
MSN would have exploded. Like that was such
Yeah.
that was such a cool thing though. You'd be like log back and you'd be like, oh, someone wants to hang out. You know, what I mean? My name for so long.
All I remember was you put song lyrics in your
Yes,
in
that's what I was
your
about to
fucking in your thing, and then on top of that, if the girl you liked was online and she wasn't messaging you, you'd log out and log back in so that you get the notification that you popped up online.
Such a different thing. Yeah, MSN statuses were hilarious. It's such a different time, man. So
I remember
funny.
actually our one mutual friend there, past Nico, he
Yeah.
had one that said he had Death Cab for Cutie in his thing, but
Yep.
nobody knew the band except for him, and everyone thought he was going to kill himself.
That's so funny. Yeah, passive aggressive statuses. Yeah, where you're like, "Fuck you," you know, if a girl like broke up with you or something like that, or you're heartbroken. It was for kids. Yeah, for kids that
like
don't know, man.
The sentence of like, yeah, you get heartbroken. You run home, you put on your MSN, be like, time for better days. Fucking lame.
For people that didn't like, if you're listening to this and you're like probably under the age of I don't know, I guess it'd be like 25.
Yeah,
Something
even
like
Jamie's around 25. I don't think he ever fucked with MSN.
It was such a different time.
I'm
It was cell
I'm the
phones,
tail
first
end of that.
communication thing. Yeah, it was the first
I'm the tail end of
communication thing.
MSN.
It was so much.
Because
It was so
Facebook
much
came out
fun.
in what, 2009? I want to say 2000. 2009. I think Facebook came out.
Why? Yeah, MySpace was similar too. MySpace is. I used to have a MySpace.
Facebook exploded though. Like it was like out for like 2 months and everybody was on it, and that became the messaging system. Oh no, could you message right away? I don't know if you could.
2004, Facebook came online.
2009 is when it blew up. I think it blew up around 2008, 2009. Because I was like 12. No, yeah, maybe around 10. 2005, 2006. I don't know.
I'm just looking up MSN popularity. Wow, there's still MSN, and that's MSN like it's a news channel.
Yeah, well, it's like Hotmail, right? MSN and Hotmail are combined.
Yeah,
so it's
Brandon,
basically just, you get
2005.
weather and you get nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 2005. Oh, it's so weird looking at it. It's so weird.
I know. I miss that.
Man.
Honestly, that's where internet
wanna look it up.
technology should have stopped.
Yeah, I know.
We'd all be happier.
Well,
that was like peak happiness.
Your phone is like it's a death. It's like a Black Mirror. You know what's crazy? I want to get this guy on the show. I was listening to this show, and I want to get this guy on. He's super into the occult stuff, and he said that there's a demon called I can't remember the demon's name. Balology. It's a shit demon essentially, and you're invoking him when you sit on the toilet. You're invoking this demon, and he's the demon of like poop and pee. And as you're scrolling through your phone, you're like maybe invoking this demon. This demon like sits on a toilet of shit, like a legit demon from like ancient text and stuff like that, and or like older text or whatever. But he sits on a poop in the toilet, and then as you're scrolling your phone on the toilet, you're invoking that demon.
There's certain things that I hear, especially. There's certain things I hear, especially a sentence like that just make me go, none of this is real.
Look at the time, man. Oh my God.
Those are the best. All the emojis and the nudging. You'd nudge people and poke them on Facebook and
I really
MSN was
I
great.
missed it.
Oh, you'd play games.
Yep.
Oh, and then that's where abbreviation started. That's where like BRB came from. I remember the one girl said that to me, and I thought she was typing burp, like she burped, and I just ignored it, and I kept typing, and she's like, "Ha, funny, but BRB," and I'm like, "Okay, nice." Anyways,
I really miss those times.
MSN's where you get your LOLs, your LMFAOs.
It makes me cry a little bit.
I know, I miss it too.
The world has gone to shit. You know, there was a video I saw, and it's like an AI interpretation. It's like peaceful, and there's like crickets, and it's like showing a bedroom in like 2005 with MSN notifications coming on, and like there's like you PlayStation 1 or 2, whatever the time was, and it's like imagine you woke up and it was just all a dream, you know, and you're back like in 2005.
That'd be
sad.
Sick. I'd have a lot of sports betting to do.
Yeah, you got the sports almanac like you're in Back to the Future. So, according to the New Republic, Shriner made some 240 YouTube videos that racked up more than 30 million views. Shriner also had a spot on a talk show, radio talk show, ebooks, and numerous websites that to spread her information. She spread some of her views on Twitter as well. Wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it keeps taking me back to the Wayback Machine. I would like to see some of her other shit. That's interesting. I'll see if I feel a load. And she said the Lord had called upon her to tell people about the upcoming alien invasion. As an apparent descendant of King David, who Shriner says fought giants, she used her platform to spread information about subjects she was passionate about. For example, around 2017, her content included headlines like, "Lucifer has a sister on Earth. Is Pence plotting Trump's assassination? And they're putting meat in the food supply." We literally read that. Yeah, her website, I clicked on it. It wouldn't even show up on the. No, you see her haircut?
Lucifer's sister.
Oh.
No, Lucifer's
yeah,
sister.
You have to be. You
Yeah.
have to be.
So who do you think it is? Maybe it's a real hot lady. Maybe it's Megan Fox.
That's a man, baby. That is a man.
No, we talked about this. No, it doesn't. Shut your fucking.
Everyone,
we're not doing this again. No, stop. We're not.
No, I'm not. You just look at if you have when you have a second. I'll just show you. I made a little little meme of you. Very funny. Here
you made a meme of me. You want to start war? You want to start war with the meme maker? That's all I did for a year straight, man.
Look. You try to figure out if Megan Fox is a man.
That's funny.
I posted that on the Instagram story, so everyone make sure to follow us on Instagram because we're most active. I'm trying on X and stuff, but we're also on TikTok. One website, Orgon Blasters, was dedicated to all things alien, and the site reported to gain 3 million hits each month. That's pretty good. The Orgon Blaster is supposed to keep extraterrestrials at bay by keeping chemtrails out of the sky over one's house. Whoa, that's so crazy. I believe in some crazy shit, but these people are selling Orgon Blasters that supposedly you shoot up in the air. And then look at these. We can defeat them with our ethereal energy Orgon Blasters. What the fuck is that thing?
It looks like money making to me. Is this a market? Do people buy these?
Yeah, you can still go pay for Orgon Blasters. Go fund me. Fight back. Wow.
I am ready to start a fucking cult.
Start an alien cult, man.
Movement. It's called. That's how you get away with cults. You call them movements.
Remember the Windows 97 screensavers and shit? Like, oh man.
Oh yes.
So crazy. Figure back off. We need to do some rant episodes for the Patreon soon. And I just want to rant. I just want to talk about like the old days and stuff. I just think it'd be so funny. Yeah, they're going on about chemtrails now. You can use this like blaster to shoot it out. It's so dumb. Oh man, I would have been all in.
I want to sell these. what I'm gonna sell them for, I'm gonna sell them for $7.99 a piece, so $800 for the low price of $800, and they're just gonna be a couple of fucking Chinese fireworks and like a tinfoil ball.
I thought you know what I thought you were gonna do is like spray paint a Nerf gun, and then you like people shoot in the sky, and then you're getting sued because like that happened where someone remember that lady accidentally sprayed that guy or whatever with a water gun, and she tried to press charges on him for assault or on her for assault in Canada, in Ontario.
The what?
Yeah, he accidentally got sprayed by. I bet
okay.
you he wasn't Canadian. Accidentally sprayed by a water.
There had to be more to that story.
No, that she literally. There's an interview with her talking. No. He actually.
Well, like I'm sure she like afterwards he was probably pissed, and then she went, "Oh fuck you" or something, and instigated it. She probably didn't walk up going, "Oh, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to spray you."
Go watch the interview. She seems like a pretty stand-up lady. See, yeah, the Orgone blasters were supposed to keep extraterrestrials out.
People are dumb.
Orgone blasters apparently keep away zombies, demons, and other evil life forms. Wow, man. Why? I just wish I was born in like, I don't know, like 81 or something like that. Now maybe like 75, and then I could like really capitalize on my my cult. You know what I mean? Especially back in the day, I could have easily developed a cult. Billy's already in a cult. He's hiding his real background.
I don't know what. Yeah, and the blanket won't go away. I have a blanket behind my couch, and it's like stuck. This is a shitty fucking green screen. Anyways, but when you're saying you wish you were born like earlier, I had the one. This will always like stick in my head where I was always like, I always said at work, and I was like, oh, I wish it was Friday or whatever. It'd be like Tuesday or Wednesday, and you're having break room chat with somebody back when I worked in factories, and this one old English man, he was like fucking 90. This has stuck with me my entire life. He's like, no, don't wish it was Friday. Wish it was last Friday. Never wish your life away. So if you were born in 1975, you'd be older than you are now. So don't wish you were born in 1975.
Yeah, but I would have experienced.
So never would have known about any of that.
Yeah, I would have experienced.
But you never would have known about any of it.
Yeah, well, I would. I don't know. I feel like I still would have been myself. I still would have been into conspiracy stuff, probably, most likely. You know, but
you could have been happy in 2021, 25.
No, the world's gonna end.
Maybe it's cooler in the future. Maybe it's dope.
Is it?
It's dope.
Is it?
Maybe
is
it's
the new
sick.
world? Is it?
Maybe.
After the fucking Jew World Order gets put in place?
We don't have to talk to fucking women anymore because they got these fucking sick ass robots that we just think are.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. You're gonna be a fucking Japanese guy fucking a robot.
But they're lifelike.
Fucking retarded, man. God, I watched the essentially the peak of a civilization. Now we're watching it decline, and they're literally trying to bring about biblical prophecy so their Moshiach comes, and then fucking the Messiah. They're literally trying to invoke that. Everyone's geared up for war, man. Hopefully this doesn't happen, but world's a crazy place. Sherry Schreiner was also insisting that she was not a cult leader. She said that since there was no official members and viewers and listeners could exit out of her videos anytime, which is a good thing. Like it's not like she's developing an actual cult like Heaven's Gates where she's bringing them physically in. It's just her website. If people listen, it's not like if somebody listens to our episodes and they go crazy, it's not my fault. They were crazy on their own.
No, that's not fine. That is never mind.
I don't condone any anti-Semitism.
I feel like this is about to be an end of the road conversation with you. That is not how things work.
Yes, it is. She wasn't telling people to kill anyone.
If somebody watches your stuff and believes in your stuff so fucking hard because you're preaching such fucking ludicrous ideas that are so out of this world that are different than how normal society is currently living, and somebody does some crazy fucking shit because of that, yes, that is your fault. Yes, it fucking is.
Okay, then
Absolutely,
you're saying
that's your fault.
You're saying that that we should blame even though it's the CIA, but the Columbine shooting on Marilyn Manson or on all the video games they were playing, because that's the same thing.
Fair.
Hollywood.
That's fair.
Violence into the
I agree.
of human beings.
I agree. the shit that
right.
you're influenced about, it's the influencer's fault that happened.
Arrest Marilyn Manson. Oh wait, he's a rapist. So just um, Barbara Rogers claims that she and her partner Stephen Minnow were both members of the alien cult. I think they actually met on her site. And at one point, the other members of the cult turned on Rogers after she consumed a steak tartare meal. Weird. Seeing Rogers talk about how much she loved raw meat dishes. This is her. Convinced both the cult members that
Did she have
Shriner.
a stroke?
This is her mugshot.
Look at her. Look at her face.
I know.
It looks like she had a fucking stroke.
She's a damaged
She looks
woman.
paralyzed. Yeah,
she's
her
scary
fucking
looking.
right side of her face is paralyzed, I think.
Or is she a reptilian? Or was she a
Look at-
conduit? You know?
Maybe.
Maybe she was an actual. Does that not look like fake skin?
Yeah, like I just thought it was a stroke, but yeah, maybe.
So that's a dumb take, Billy. About your Hollywood shit.
I know he didn't like the fact that you think you make your decisions off the people that influence you.
Oh man, but the reptilian thing to me, if it exists,
People are dumb, man.
I know it would be to possess.
They're influenceable.
It would be it's a possession thing. They're not actually like wearing human skin. Even though the CIA does they have technology for masks that are like incredibly they realistic looking. So Stephen Minnow was furious at this accusations aimed at his partner. It's like, she just likes raw meat, okay? She takes my meat raw. Why are we all getting up fucking hop off about it? You know?
I don't think blowjobs and literally eating dick are the same thing.
Oh man, I want to get you and Aaron together. That's my first episode that we're doing. There's a guy that eats another guy's
Eating dick?
So yeah, you'll see. So leading him and his
Why do you want you're a weird man.
I just think it would be
why did that remind you? You'd be like, oh, Billy and Aaron.
Because I just had this episode saved up just for you guys because I think it would be fucked to see both of your reactions. Leading him and Barbara Rogers to be shown at the door. Barbara and Rogers to be shown the door after more than a decade in the Shriner group. So like 10 years, they were a part of this cult. I think they met on the website and they're just like, it's not, people can classify it as a cult, I guess, but like, they're like interacting with each other. You know what I mean? They're talking. Yeah. It's just like an internet group chat. Like, hey, did you see George Bush today? His eyes look real slitty. You know what I mean?
He be getting in with them Chinese gangs.
Racist.
We're not racist. This is about history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they think it's funny.
So yeah, and then Mino, I know, was a big fan of Shriner. I just could look up the lyrics and probably find him. And had begun to make his own alien conspiracy content. So he took the rejection personally. I actually saw a video of him or two. He made numerous exposés, like exposing YouTube videos about Shriner's teaching. Oh, so he's trying to like kind of out her, which made him sad and isolated him even more from following her, from her following. Because he's probably maybe getting backlash or something like that. Yeah, that guy. Pretty sad. A few months later, after a drunk night, Barbara says that Stephen held a gun to his head and wrapped his hand around the weapon and the trigger. She claimed he told her to shoot him, and she complied, saying she didn't know the gun was loaded.
That's a dumb what? So it wasn't a serious situation. She's like, okay. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah. The instant reaction of in blowing your boyfriend's brains out, like what is this? Okay, yeah, that's for later. I'll let you read that. That's for later.
Sure.
That's so crazy though. He's like, I'm sad. I'm making my own YouTube videos. That everyone's attacking me or whatever. And yeah, it's like, what? You complied. You think it's just gonna go click and then it's like, haha, funny, good joke.
It could be funny if you look at it the right way. Everything's comedy.
Hey, do me a Kennedy. You want to do me a Kennedy? It's just like, no. Fucked.
Bro, you're a loser. Only
I got
losers
this.
don't
I got
play
this
with
art
guns.
project. It requires blood and brains. Just pull the trigger for me.
Oh, we're gonna fail, man. Are you a bro? You're a bro, right?
Rogers was charged with third-degree murder. So let's just play with the other clip I had.
Is underway in Monroe County for a woman accused of killing her boyfriend. Barbara Rogers is on trial for shooting Stephen Mineo in their Coolbaugh Township home in July of 2017. Rogers told investigators Mineo asked her to hold a gun to his head and pull the trigger. The defense claims the shooting was an accident and that the victim was intoxicated. Investigators believe the couple belonged to an online cult and that members told Mineo Rogers was a witch or reptile and wanted to kill him. Testimony is expected to last all this week.
This call told me that she was a reptilian, so I had to kill myself. That's fucking crazy. And I've been calling him Minnow. It's Mineo. Sorry.
I'm wondering how much drugs were involved in this, out of curiosity. Because like meth makes you think crazy shit, right?
I guess he was drinking, I think, as far as I know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they didn't just be like, yeah, when in her confession probably wasn't, we did meth.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if they
and
would have
she
had
looks like a drug
toxicology.
addict, kind of.
Yeah, but they might have. Alcohol can lead to some crazy shit too, though.
Yeah, but like that's not like, are you that much of a lightweight to get to that point?
I know, it's so crazy. It's such a crazy story.
Or are you that mentally gone? Like that's
I know.
Yeah. She looks like she dabbled with the spoon.
Yeah. So that's the Vice doc that they covered on this.
Oh, I thought that was a picture for the crime scene. I'm like, why is everything so perfectly laid out?
I know. Good old Glock. That's a Glock. Yeah, it's such a crazy story, man.
That is nuts.
And you want to read this?
Sherry Shriner says clearly in her fucking Facebook post, they're trying to spin it that I'm responsible for Steve's death. No, Barb is. I tried to protect Steve. I tried to warn him about Barbara Rogers, and he just wouldn't listen to me. He thought I was insulting his quote-unquote wife when I was just trying to protect him from her. I knew what she was. He began to realize what I said about her was true, and that's why she killed him, to protect her lies and keep her secrets. That's why they call me a cult leader? No, period. Fuck you. I'm just having sorry, I got in character there. I'm just a humble servant and messenger of the Most High. I've spent my life serving him, and for that I get beat up by Cain's kids. Libtards, witches, Satanists, and haters everywhere. If you open your eyes, it's clear to see what she was involved with witchcraft and Satanism. Steve didn't want to believe it, and now he's dead from her hands. Steve wasn't suicidal. It was her plan all along to destroy him. So all the lies and garbage against me and the others need to just stop.
You know what?
Said like a true Facebook poster.
I kind of believe her, though.
Yeah, maybe.
In regards to like, did she just kill him? Yeah, maybe there's a fight, and then she just got really upset. They're drinking. I'm not saying she's a reptilian, but I don't know. Look at her face, bro.
But I'm saying that
she kind of looks scary, like she would kill somebody over an argument. I like the dead eyes. There's like no emotion behind.
Go back to the first one. Well, even the top, like there's not much of emotion in the top. Yeah, she looks like a psycho.
She has dead eyes.
So that
man.
one,
dead eyes.
That one, she's like, hey, take my
Black
picture.
eyes,
Oh no, go back.
Like dog's eyes.
No, go back. She's like, hey, no, go to the first one. One sec.
Okay.
I'll tell you when to switch. You're not listening. Hey, me and my boyfriend just picked up a big bag of meth, and we're gonna enjoy it. And now next one. Next one.
Your shit is so delayed.
Next picture.
That is the
And
picture.
He's dead now. He's dead now.
This has been.
I know. I
don't
see it
what's
now.
been
Oh,
going
I
on.
wasn't getting it. Fuck. That's annoying.
I don't know what's been going on lately with your shit because we've been fine for a lot of episodes, but it was this one, the Weimar part 2, that you're like shit is like delayed. You need Elon Musk's internet.
I know. It's annoying.
My
I'm
cat
sorry.
is like the most needy fuck. Crazy, man. So Rogers was charged with third-degree murder. USA Today, after being found guilty in 2019, she was sentenced up to 40 years in prison. Schreiner took no responsibility for the members of her following and reputed that she even led a cult. She's never wasn't the leader of a cult at all. The Daily Beast follows Mineo's death. Schreiner called Rogers a vampire witch reptilian super soldier. Nice. Schreiner called Rogers no good and asserted that a demon had possessed her. The Pocono reports that Schreiner's cult was featured on TV programs like Deadly Cults and The Devil You Know. Sherry Schreiner's, the online leader, died just a few months after Minnow, but her massive amount of conspiracy videos and websites are still lives on. Interesting, because like I don't know, from the facts, and I've read another article about this same. I've read that all that's interesting. Another article. This is from grunge.com, and I don't know, man. It just seems like she was kind of like an internet like conspiracy weirdo, and that people followed her bullshit. And like, I don't know. Is it her responsibility? I don't know, man.
It depends on what you're preaching, right? Like if you're, it really does, and obviously there's a leap there. But if you're gonna kill somebody over the sake of you're listening to somebody and somebody's telling you that they need to die or this needs to happen or like we have to do XYZ, then yes, it's your fault. If you're just saying, hey, this could be a thing, and then they take it to a different thing, that's not your fault. But there's a line there where if you're directly speaking to people that listen to you and take what you say to heart and you say some certain actions, then yes, that's your fucking fault. You did that.
Yeah,
that's
let me read something from like
that's like saying Hitler. Like that's like a governor.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, sorry, there caught your ear there.
another talk for another day. I don't think we should.
It's like he didn't kill all of them, but like, is he responsible for it? I didn't I was what?
No, I'm saying we shouldn't glorify him, but I do think lies were told. Everyone probably thinks I'm a fucking Nazi.
Oh, that's where you're getting at. Okay.
And I'm like, no, I just question the. I do believe that if you don't question, if you're like it's claimed to be awake, but you don't question the mainstream versions of history, you're kind of fucking retarded. There's definitely been an agenda and a narrative that has been pushed on people. So I want to read this. This is interesting. Joe Pierre, a professor of psychiatry at the University of California, Los Angeles, says mental health practitioners have struggled to understand what fuels belief in conspiracy theories. One way to find a delusion in an individual held falsified beliefs, but like most people believe in bullshit to begin with. Like everything that most people believe has been programmed into their head by either an institution, the government. So why is the government's points of views more valid than somebody else's, even though they have an agenda at hand, right? So to classify the belief in reptilian insurgency as delusion because it's shared by multitudes by multitudes would necessarily capture others' shared beliefs in the system like a major religion. Therefore, beliefs seem delusional based on content, but shared are often referred to using a kind of wastebasket term called delusional-like beliefs. Pierre says delusional-like beliefs often spread out of the need for what he calls cognitive closure, a compulsion to explain traumatic cultural events lacking discernible cause. The seemingly senseless deaths of iconic figures like Princess Diana can be triggers. What she did was murdered. They killed Diana, Schreiner says in her October 2013 episode of her. Diana was murdered, man. That's a fucking fact. And the royals aren't even human. They're lizards. Also a fact, in my opinion. Delusions like these beliefs can also grow out of what Pierce calls mistrust. A system that lacks a faith in expert and a system that lacks faith in expertise and institutions. But I wouldn't believe in institutions that are trying to brainwash people. Jesus Christ. There's one. This mistrust, of course, is a hallmark of our establishment in suspicious times, supplying one of the most powerful sources of Trump's popularity. Jesus Christ, people. In January 2019, a 26-year-old Seattle man brutally slew his young brother with a sword. Kill me, kill me. I can't live in this reality anymore, he told 911 dispatcher. After confessing to the act, God told me he was a reptilian. I remember hearing about this. Prosecutors allege that the killer was active in an online conspiracy theory space, adhering not only to intergalactic reptilian mythos, truth you mean, but also QAnon, which is set up by the Jews. QAnon theory says that Trump is engaged in a shadow war with the cabal of globalist pedophiles entrenched in the Democratic Party, even though Trump is a part of that pedophile network. The movement was formed entirely on the internet. 100%. I've heard that QAnon was started by intelligence agencies. So it's just interesting how especially mainstream articles, where they break things down.
Makes sense.
But he's not wrong of the idea of what type of things can lead people to do things out of irrational acts, because the thing about it, right, is these people would have been led to do crazy shit either way, because you have crazy people on the left that watch the news all the time. Or just your average person watching the news all the time. Oh my God, we need to wear a mask and you gotta go take this shot, and like all the things that they do, right? And then they hurt themselves or whatever, or they like, my grandma's behind this fucking plastic sheet. I can't see her, but she can just kind of wave at me from it. Like all the delusional stuff that was pushed by the media, right? So it happens even with the government and the mainstream media. Such an interesting case though, because it's such a it's hard to be like, did she actually influence this, or was it just these people were already fucking crazy? Yin yang. Did you have one?
I did, and I don't know the stats behind it, so I'd like to my phone hasn't turned on yet.
Can you just Google? What if I just Google?
We got a bit of an issue. Sure. It's Tom's fun fact of the day. You gotta do the thing.
I'm gonna still let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it. I'm just gonna.
No, you have to do it. No, you gotta do it. I want to hear it.
I don't have
it. I've done it a million times. You can do it.
I don't have the song.
No, there's no song. No, you gotta do it like the old days.
No, I'm still letting you do it. I'm gonna let you read the article though. Cosmopolitan.
Oh,
sure. I'll accept your bullshit.
Cosmopolitan for children and
it's
adults.
Time for Billy's Fun Fact of the Day. Here, start reading some of this off.
Australia is wider than the moon. That's actually kind of fucking neat. The moon sits at 3,400 kilometers, and the distance of Australia is 4,000. Huh. That's fucking wild. Fuck the Spice Girls. Fuck Emma Burton. Human teeth are the only part of the body that cannot heal themselves.
Bullshit.
Heal themselves? Really? Why do you call bullshit on that?
There is theories that there's sound frequencies that actually can grow back teeth. There was a hockey player, I can't remember his name, but there was a hockey player, and they used like the sound frequency on, and his teeth regrew.
Huh.
Yeah, I have to look it up to find it.
Ancient Romans used to drop a piece of toast in their wine for good health.
Hence why we raise a toast.
A fucking a wine-soaked piece of toast sounds disgusting. Are they eating it too, or are they just dropping it in and throwing it out?
What do you think it was like living in Rome,
that.
man? It was the decline of one of the biggest empires to ever exist, and they're all fucking little boys and doing weird shit like that. So it's illegal to own one guinea pig. It's
animal of Scotland.
What?
The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland.
What? That's wild.
Nutmeg is a hallucinogen?
I've heard that. Oh,
the spice contains mysterican, a natural compound that has mind-altering effects if ingested at large doses. That's fucking dope.
Let's just get high as shit on nutmeg, man. On a podcast, let's get high as shit on nutmeg.
We could do it. How much that's a new thing. Actually, no, fuck this list now. Google how much nutmeg to get high. Because I bet it's a fuckload of nutmeg.
It'd be so. How much to die? Wow. So this might kill us.
Nutmeg's one word, but yeah, this should be fine. 5 grams of ew. Oh, that's so much fucking nutmeg. That's like the cinnamon challenge times like 9.
It may last days. See, and then I could make it
terrifying.
I could make a joke if someone try this and then somebody does and then they die. Is that my fault?
No, but you shouldn't say that though.
I'm not saying to do it.
You shouldn't tell them to try it. You shouldn't. If you were honestly going, please someone try it and send me a video, and then they do and die, yeah, it's kind of on you.
The cinnamon challenge was brutal. It's so funny. People are like, this cinnamon challenge. I remember when I had a show. It wasn't a show, but I tried to make a show called The Tommy Thompson Show when Jackass became popular and I was like 12 or whatever. And we did the chili. We were like, yeah, you remember the Tommy Thompson Show? So like, we filmed like stunts pushing my friends down in hills and shopping carts.
No.
I always did the food things because I wanted to film it, and I didn't like doing the dangerous shit. Like the one time we found the biggest hill in Paris, and then we grabbed both sides of the shopping cart, and then my buddy Christian was on the inside, and we're getting these 2 girls, Zoe and Becky, to film us. And then we're like jumping on the side, and me and Austin on the side, Christian's in the middle. And then we go down this huge hill. And then we both jump off when it's like full speed.
You go down Mile Hill?
Yeah, I think that the biggest hill. And then so I run off and I flip and almost hurt myself. Austin goes in the other direction, almost hurts himself, doesn't luckily. And then Christian almost hits he just slides past a sign, and then the shopping cart flips. And then we're like, that was wild, man. And then we're looking back at the footage, and the whole time the girls are like, and shaking the camera. You can't see shit. They're just laughing the entire time. Ruins the entire footage of us getting almost killed.
Did it all for fucking nothing.
Yeah, even oh my god, Christian went over the chain in the school. So those chains where so you don't go past the parking lot or whatever at a school. We pushed him so far.
Are you talking about the one at Northwood?
Yes, yeah. I pushed Christian into that shit. I was running at high speed, and we filmed it. We put the camera on a skateboard when it was just me and him doing this because our friends were busy. And he flipped in he flipped over a bunch of ways. We even tried, the school, the slide at Northwood. We held the shopping cart up to the up on top of the slide, thinking it would just go down and he would fly off, right? And all it did was go like this, and it just went forward, and it went on top of his head, and he's trapped inside the shopping cart, and he's fucking screaming. We did a lot of stupid shit.
That's shitty. It's fun stuff to do when you're a kid, right?
I miss the good old days, man. We did so many dumb things, man. Lighting pubes on fire, tons of crazy shit like that.
There was a good one. I got a decent one. Fucking this one was just, it wasn't even me, it was my buddy Kyle. We got really into like parkour for some fucking reason, but we weren't actually good at it. We were just like doing jump kicks off the curb and shit. We were that young. And it was like day 2 of like being introduced to this, and we're at the back in the school, and it's got the garbage cans that have like the cylinder circles, and it was just raining the night before. And he jumps up and he's like, fucking parkour, and he jumps up just to try to do the shittiest little kick off a coffee table height garbage can, slips and fucking cracks his rib off the fucking breaks his fucking ribs.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like, oh, okay, and we're done doing that now.
Dude, that's stupid shit we used to do. I mentioned that story of like the backyard wrestling. My brother's in the chat. He's like, the backyard wrestling. And I'm like, yeah, when they whipped me with chains, and I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit. As soon as they're like, come join, and I was like, okay. And then they his buddy whipped me with like a literal chain, actual chain in the back. And I was like, I'm done. Fuck you guys. You guys can fucking jump on your dirty mattress with your fucking ladder.
Oh, that's rough.
So it's just so I just missed it. This for some reason, this reptilian cult website shit. It just made me miss like the good old days. It's changed a lot, kids. You don't even know what it's like.
No,
man.
I don't.
I do.
I know what it's fucking like to not have to deal with how you used to be.
I wasn't that bad. Come on, give me a break.
No, I won't. Absolutely fucking not.
All right, everybody, make sure to like, subscribe.
Like, I'm friends with Tom. They'd be like, "Is Tom okay?"
No, not really. 5-star rating, reviews, like, comment, share the show, all that good stuff. I always thought this would be kind of fun little episode to jump into. So make sure to just, support the show the best ways you can. Like, when you see it on YouTube, give it a like, give it a subscribe, follow on Rumble. If you're listening on audio, make sure to give a nice review. We would appreciate it. And share it, tell your friends about it.
He's a nice one.
Tell
us how nice, say in the review how nice we are.
Yes.
That we're very nice peoples.
Instead of calling me an ableist or a racist or a bigot or whatever the fuck everyone wants to do. But everybody stay strange out there and support the show. If you love us, we love you. Without you guys, without the listeners, we are nothing. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.